Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some stand-up fighting tips in EA Sports UFC 2. Now, shout out to Daniel Ferreira, who suggested that I do this video. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Please, bear with me if I pronounced it wrong. But basically, I'm going to be sharing my tips for the stand-up game. Might as well put the computer on so I can kind of show you what I'm going. Let's have him doing some basic striking. We'll have our health off and our stamina on. Now, first of all, what you're going to want to focus on is stamina management. You want to stay away from your opponent, allow him to, throw his strikes and miss. A lot of people online, they throw like really hard strikes because they're trying to get the knockout. You don't want to think about the knockout at all. You want to think about getting points. You want to think about staying away from your opponent, getting the body kicks, because body kicks are really good for keeping range and attacking your opponent's body, which is great for getting rid of his stamina. You want to do that, go for the body kicks, and when you're close, you want to get some jabs off. I'll just go for a nice 1-2 and then a back out. 1-2, back out. 1-2, back out. That gives you less chance of being countered, because you don't want to be countered. It's always terrible to be countered. You want to go for leg kicks and stuff as well, because leg kicks do hurt. Like, they do really make a difference than if you're not doing leg kicks, because eventually if you do enough leg kicks, your opponent will be at a real disadvantage and he'll have to start protecting his legs, which is when you start going for the head. What I like to do is I start my matches going for the body, doing body kicks, staying away from him, and then eventually your opponent will start adapting to your style. They'll start protecting their body, and that's when you start going for the head. You start giving them some jabs, maybe giving them some uppercuts, hurting them, making them realize that the head is also there and it's also going to get some pain also, so they really need to protect that part too. And then once you got them like trying to frantically protect their body and the head, that's when you can just start doing combinations. You can get down and up and down. You want to switch it up. You can't do the same thing again and again. But I want to stress the importance of using the jab. Don't just hold L1 and go for Superman punches and elbows and kicks and all that sort of shit. You want to use the jab at least for the first 3 rounds. If it's a championship fight, if it's a normal match, then for at least the first round, you want to be utilizing the jab, allowing your opponent to miss, staying away from him, just letting him throw his big strikes, getting him like hits with the body so that you can manage his stamina. Because what this will do is by the time you're in the late rounds, your opponent will have so low stamina that every combination he throws will leave him open to being rocked, because he won't have enough stamina to recover from a counter. And it's really bad to have low stamina in this game. If you got low stamina, a nice uppercut is going to hurt you, trust me. So don't ever find yourself with low stamina. Don't ever do like 6 punches in a row and let your stamina really run down, because it's not good. You want to make sure you're only getting like 2 punches for the first couple rounds to make sure your opponent is losing his stamina and you're keeping your stamina higher than his. This computer isn't really being as aggressive as people online, so my stamina is kind of lower than his right about now. But also, you want to get in there, let your opponent think you're about to hit him, and then move out. So he goes for the hit. Usually they'll go for a big hit, and then you just flick the left analog stick backwards so you can move out. And that will get your opponent missing a lot of strikes, which will whittle down his stamina and really frustrate him. Also, you probably want to learn how to parry. That's like R1 and you want to press square and triangle, or R2 and press X and circle. I use parrying a lot, way more than I use the leaning function. The leaning function is you can use it. Like if your opponent's going for loads of head kicks or something, you can use it. But the thing about the leaning function is it leaves your body really, really, really open. So you're going to want to measure the distance and check where you actually are. If you're like really close to someone, then I wouldn't suggest leaning. But if you're like over here, then you can lean, because he'll end up missing everything that he goes for if you're leaning at a reasonable distance, see, like that. And when you lean, I think your counter strikes are actually more powerful than if you had parried it. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, with your stand-up fighting, don't forget about the clinch. The clinch is a very, very useful method to, you know, beat up your opponent. It seems like this computer is really whack with the clinch. But what I generally do is I'll get in the clinch. I'll get in a single collar clinch. Wow, I'm in the tie already. That wasn't supposed to happen. But I'll get in a single collar clinch. And then I'll, you know, pepper my opponent with some punches. Then transfer to the tie. And then give him some more punches, because most people think you're going to go for the knees. And then I'll switch it up and give him some knees. Maybe some punches to the body. Just keep changing your tactics. Don't do the same thing all the time. Do different strikes, attack different parts of the body, so he always has to protect different parts of his body. Don't let him know where you're going to be attacking, because that's not good for you at all. I see loads of guys online, they just do the same thing. Like they might do a jab and then a leg kick, and then a jab and then a leg kick. And then once you know their rhythm, you can just parry that and get them with the counter. Another stand-up tip is get the fight to the ground. Like, really, the ground is the only place at which you'll really have a proper advantage to your opponent. So be sure to, you know, learn the ground game at least, and know how to maneuver while you're on the ground. Going for takedowns is pretty much the best way to get to the ground. But if your opponent is blocking all your takedowns, then you want to go for the clinch. Maybe go for some over-under, then double-under. Ooh, he stopped that. Or just go for a takedown from any position. It's generally... you should check out the practice mode to see what throws and takedowns your favorite character has from the clinch. But generally, if you're in the clinch, you want to hold down L2, and you'll see if your character has any takedown opportunities. Remember, being on the ground is where you will have a significant advantage when you're on the top. When you're standing up, anything can happen at any point. You can go for a great combo and get a cheesy head kick and get knocked out. So keep that in mind, guys. And yeah, that's basically my tip video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more UFC 2 tip videos. And if you want to see the rest of my tip videos, you can click on the playlist that is currently on the screen. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, be sure to leave any comments of any tips that you want to learn about, or any tips that you already do know about. And that would be great. And yeah, thanks for watching. By the way, if you punch to the body, you're at a significant disadvantage. So make sure you're aware of that, because if you punch to the body, any uppercuts will really, really, really hurt you. So if your opponent's punches to the body, you might want to go for an uppercut, because that will usually stop whatever they're doing, and it will really make them think about their strategy again. So yeah, I just wanted to add that. But thanks for watching again.